Okay, let's quickly talk about Oblivion, and then we're gonna get to super chats. Because I think Scooby Pup said that there was a super chat she gave that was for Cassie, but I'm trying to find it. There's been a lot. Oh, right here. Scooby Pup for it too. Goonerfist Ziggy.
Hey, yeah, because I had Ziggy on.
Nice. Oh yeah, I saw Ziggy there. Yeah, nice. There you go, Scooby Pup.
Thank you, Scooby.
Okay, Oblivion Remastered. So, man, the drama on this game is fucking wild. Let's bring up the SteamDB page really quick. So, Oblivion Remastered, good, bad, and ugly. I have not played it yet, so this is going to be where I kind of take myself out of the conversation. I know Cassie obviously is doing it hard for it.
Cassie even showed up to stream today.
Yeah, it did
take. Probably playing right now. Let me check Steam really quick.
Not right now. Unfortunately, it's it's one of those where I want to be immersed in it when I'm playing it. But if it was something like, if I'm playing games while I'm streaming, it's usually because
all right, she's telling the truth. She's not playing. I looked on Steam, so
the shame is with this whole controversy shit. It's like so unnecessary because this is such a good game that people should just shut the fuck up and play it. I just recently did a video talking about the modding situation with Nexus Mods. We know that they're politically driven. And I did talk about that. So a shameless plug, talking about that situation, but they reversed their situation. Like for me, when we were live streaming the event and I played Oblivion and I saw the type 1, type 2, I made fun of it. I laughed at it. I mean, it's fucking stupid, obviously, but I don't take it seriously because I think that these people are genuinely a joke that push this shit and we mock and shame. And that's how I felt about it. But people were, jumping on Twitter and stuff, crying. And it's like, okay, bro, are you fucking for real? Like, it's like 2 seconds. You could just fucking pick your gender. All right, you're male or female and move the fuck on.
To be fair, Cassie, I think it comes down to exhaustion. I think it comes down to people just being exhausted with even something small that should be small. People are exhausted. People are like, it's everywhere and everything. I get it.
But here's where I
think it's the principle, man.
Nexus Mods.
That too, yeah.
My thing is with Nexus Mods. Now that's the fucking fucked up thing about it. It's like, well, if it's not a big deal, then why are you deleting the mod for it? Like, let people have the game the way that they want it. Like,
if they didn't Streisand, it wouldn't have been that big a deal.
Yeah,
100%. That's where most of the conversation's at right now too about Nexus Mods because for me it's like, all right, the wokies are saying it's not a big deal. Great, fine. So if the action of taking something from male to female and turning it into body type 1 and 2 is not a big deal, then the reverse action should also not be a big deal. Like I feel like that's obvious, and that's how I treat it, right? So if somebody truly thinks it's not a big deal, then they will keep the same energy either way. The thing is that the people who are saying it's not a big deal are currently right now writing hit pieces against Nexus Mods and making articles complaining about the fact that they bent the knee supposedly to the anti-woke chuds by reinstating the mod, and suddenly it's a big deal now. Suddenly it's not, this whole like it's not a big deal. No, it is a big deal. They absolutely know it's a big deal to them. Yeah,
it matters to them.
Yeah, but the shame is like we're fighting like a petty argument here, over a genuinely good fucking remaster. I played it for about 23 or so hours now, and I haven't even been on the main quest. I've been doing the Fighters Guild. I've been doing random side quests. The big throwback was reuniting the brothers that were long lost in the game without obviously dropping spoilers. That quest line has way more to it than meets the eye, and it's a pretty cool reward at the end of it if you do follow through with the whole situation with that particular quest. And everything is a lot from what I remember. There's some changes that Oblivion obviously has so many memes to it because it's a dank ass video game, the original release. But like in all the entertaining and fucking just genuinely charming ways, like the characters looked absolutely retarded. People were complaining that the characters look retarded now, and it's like, wait, you think that Oblivion NPCs were attractive before? It's like retards are saying this character model is attractive, this is beautiful, and then the revised character model is old and ugly. It's like, you never played Oblivion, clearly, because for you to sit here and act like the Oblivion NPCs from the original game are attractive, like, you're genuinely retarded.
Yeah.
Or they're out straight out fucking lying.
Absolutely.
Was it Pirate Nation that made the post complaining about the voice line that was, you know, in the original game that was part of the jank, where like it was a re-recorded line, and they were like, oh, look, they left this in the game and they didn't fix it, and it's like, it's not something they were supposed to fix. It's something it's part of the game. Like they wanted to keep all of it.
People like,
I don't know if it was Pirate Nation. I gotta check.
It's one of the most referenced like funny moments in the game.
It's hilarious.
Dank as fuck.
They were like, "Oh, let me read my line again."
there's a little bit of lore to Pirate Nation from the community I'm involved in. Yeah, they were pretending to be a woman in our community for a while, just flat out catfishing. But that's a story for another day.
Oh my god, I'm not, bro. I can't. No more rabbit holes, bro. No more.
DM me later. I want the fucking tea on that.
I don't want nothing to do with that, bro. I am like, what the fuck,
when do
dude?
we get our guns out and hail rainfire on that motherfucker for cosplaying as a certain term that I can't say on this fucking show? If I can't say the M word, I can't say another. It was M.
Welcome to 2025, Ryan.
I can't call a small person the fucking M word.
You can call him a dwarf.
Oh, that's okay.
They're not dwarves, though.
They call
it. Runes are they using?
But
I recently found this out. There's a distinction. DWARFS is real life little people. DWARVES are the fantasy creatures. There's actually a like distinction in the way it's written, so you know the difference. I swear to God,
it's in this book.
I didn't know that.
I was reading about it yesterday in a fucking like news article. I was like, what the fuck? It was interesting.
It's in this book.
So I wanted to just throw out there that
go ahead.
The reason why it is like it's not that big of a deal, and the reason I didn't want to grift on it is because I played games in the past where I saw the body type stuff. Even before I was became a YouTuber, I saw the body type stuff, and I'm just like, huh, the fuck? When did we start saying body type? But whatever, I kept on going. So that's why it's not that big of a deal. However, the reason, and going back to what Hypnotic was saying about the, just being tired of it, the reason is for propaganda purposes. You just got to be able to compartmentalize. Is this something that this studio truly believes in? Or is it something that the industry is just mandating now where they're just telling people, hey, yo, no more male and female, just do body type. You know what I'm saying?
Well, or is this something, hey, quick question, is this something that comes along with the licensing requirements of Unreal Engine 5? Because there is, if you are going to license Unreal Engine 5 and utilize them, if you've noticed, every single game that gets remade in Unreal Engine 5, if it's an RPG, it always ends up having that body type 1 and 2.
That's why my problem with this whole situation is nothing ideological. It's technical, right? I didn't get to say this during the Expedition 33 conversation, but if the Unreal Engine 5 is going to go places, use it for original IPs. I know people have been wanting an Oblivion remaster for literally decades, especially after multiple Skyrim updates. They don't even qualify as remasters. Yeah. But personally, I'm sick to death of remasters and remakes.
Nobody cares what you think.
I know. You don't care what I fucking think. I know Leon doesn't give a damn. Atreus certainly doesn't fucking give a damn.
No, when you say good shit, like right now you're almost cooking, so I'm interested. Keep going.
No, Ryan, I actually agree with Ryan. Though, I agree with Ryan, but to an extent. So here's the thing: people are tired of remasters and remakes, absolutely, because the remakes and remasters we've been getting have been for games that came out in recent generations. Nobody's asking for them. A game like Oblivion is a game like Oblivion is a game that deserves a remaster. It is an almost 20-year-old game. If you're going to remaster a game or remake a game, I would imagine it's going to be an older game like that, not something like fucking Last of Us that's been re-released 8 times, or the Until Dawn game that's been re-released and then remade and then re-released on the remake. It's like this is the kind of game that you would get a remaster for. So even though, yeah, people are tired of remasters and remakes, I think this is something that a lot of people were looking forward to, which is why the numbers are what they are.
Well, real quick, I want to take this back to the pronoun ideological stuff for just a moment, because there's something I feel like a lot of folk, our viewers or people in our sphere, the whole nine, might not have considered or be willing to accept or whatnot. Is the body type 1, 2, AB, whatever shit annoying? Yes. I don't think any of us are going to say it's not annoying. However, let's take a look at another recent remake / remaster, and that was the fucking zombie game by Capcom. I'm blanking
Resident
on the name.
Evil?
No. The one with
Dead Rising.
Dead Rising. Thank you. Dead Rising. Not only did it was a remake that changed races, that changed dialogue, that censored the word communism because it was offensive. Like, they went all in on massive amounts of censorship and alterations. This game, while yes, it is a change and potentially for ideological purpose, it is the only thing. They didn't change missions. They didn't remove anything that was offensive. They didn't fucking race swap. This is technically a W. We're not going to get everything we want at once. There's going to be, just like there was steps for things getting fucking woker and woker and woker, there's going to be steps getting away from that. So while it's annoying that it's there, compare this to other remakes we've gotten. The fucking Witcher remake that's about to come out is taking out the nudie cards and whatnot. Like, that is a massive change. That is censorship. We need to look at this as like, hey, we've gotten a bunch of dubs. Let the process work. Keep doing what we're doing. However, pick your battles.
I think there's something to the Unreal Engine thing, in my opinion. Ryan, go ahead and I'll talk about it. Go ahead.
I will point out, though, that the success of this game and the success of Expedition 33 are great successes for the Unreal Engine 5, which leads me to wonder, are we going to see a lot of remasters and remakes in the future using the Unreal Engine 5? That 100%. I'm skeptical. I understand it's going to happen, but I'm sick of them already, of the remasters. What I would like to see the Unreal Engine 5 do is to do what they did with Expedition 33. Some new, fresh, vibrant projects go that way. If you have to remaster or remake games using that engine, then, of course, established titles that are way overdue are the way to go. My problem with it is technical. It's not ideological.
You're absolutely positively wrong.
Bugs and glitches that people have experienced using that engine.
Real quick, I do have to go, but I do
explain to me why I'm wrong first, please.
Well, real quick, I just want to say, one of my friends is making a game on Unreal Engine 5. He's making a SOCOM successor.
Oh shit!
Really?
It looks really
already.
sick.
I've been waiting on SOCOM since like the early odds. What the fuck?
What's his name?
He's like an underground. He's been like one of those that's been keeping like SOCOM 2 alive through emulation and playing online, because that does exist on PC and whatnot. And he wants to make SOCOM successor. It's been in development for quite a while, for like about 2 years now.
Make sure you put his name in the chat so we can.
And he's a real military guy, so it's gonna be interesting. I haven't heard him complain anything about like being forced, but I also didn't ask him deliberately either. But I don't think there's any women in his game to begin with, based as fuck. But yeah, I mean, I could ask him about that, but yeah, until then, I do have to head out. But it was really good talking with you guys. Oblivion is fire. Or if you want a good remaster of this game, go check it out. I will be doing my first impressions fairly shortly, probably tomorrow. I'll post that. And because I wanted to get at least 20 hours into the game, and now I have over that. So I'm gonna. I'm not like Dreamcast guy where I play the game for 30 fucking minutes and say that, oh, here's my review impressions of Oblivion Remastered. Like, no, we don't do that here because we have some fucking integrity. But guys, I did just post a video. It'd be nice to get a little extra support on that. So if you can go check Plastic Cage. All right, go support my most recent video drop. I would appreciate that. But it was really good hanging out with you guys, man. I got to go head out to work, unfortunately. But much love to y'all. Have a great, safe rest of your weekends.
You as well. Have fun being
adult.
Peace out, y'all.
Yeah, I would like to know more about that for sure. I really feel like Unreal Engine. I already know about the inclusive coding thing, where they have all these like weird terms that they want you to use when coding the game. They don't want you to use blacklist, whitelist, things like that. So I would be curious to know if there's any requirements for their licensing when it comes to gender representation or something along those lines, because it seems as if most of these games are being remade with Unreal Engine, or most games are being made in general with Unreal Engine. It's becoming more popular because they're whoring out the engine to everybody. So as that all kind of happens together and you start seeing more of the body type nonsense, it makes you wonder. Anyway, Atreus, why is Ryan wrong? He wants to know.
Because if I'm understanding it correctly, he was basically saying he wants to see more new original stuff instead of remakes. He said he's tired of the remakes and remasters. The reason why I disagree with that is because we know that the people have been playing the old shit because the old shit has just been better. So if you can, if you can take some of the old shit that people haven't been able to experience, like for me, I never got to play Oblivion. You know what I'm saying? I came from the Negro Casual collection. So I mean, without the remaster, I probably would never play Oblivion. Now I am. So I disagree with that. I'm not tired of the remasters. I'm not tired of remakes. If you can take old games like Oblivion and remaster them and make them, accessible for today without making it an ideological mess, then yeah, I mean, I'm all for it.
Okay, that's perfectly
also
fine. Go on.
Ryan, you need to fix your noise gate, by the way. It's terrible.
Yeah, you're cutting it out real hard, homie.
Or bring the microphone closer, like deep throat level.
Throat your mic.
There you go.
Hello.
That's a little better. Maybe a little bit further away.
There you go.
Kind of difficult now. Go on, Leon.
In regards to what you were saying earlier about like all these individuals using Unreal Engine 5 and whatnot for the remakes, I've been gone on record as just shitting on Capcom for all the recent Resident Evil remakes. But if there's one good thing I can say about them, they've been using their own in-house engine, the RE engine, the Reach for the Moon engine, and it's a stunning engine. I might not like the games, but if you're going to be doing these remakes, these remasters, things like that, I'm so goddamn tired of Unreal Engine 5, whether it be a new game or a remaster or re-release, just because everything looks so fake. It looks the same game to game. There's you use these same generic assets that you just make individualized for your game, but it is getting to where all these games visually are looking the same. If they're doing it at an amateur level,
it's like every fan film made with Source Filmmaker. They got that little bouncy signature visual to it. It's just like, can you do something different with that animation, or better yet, can you do something different with the game style? There's a way to use Unreal to make it seem like it's not as Unreal, but so many people go with the
Expedition 33 did that. Because they go Unreal Engine 5. They did it the right way, but that's a rarity.
Right. A lot of people, they have base knowledge of Unreal Engine. So they just use they go with the most basic way of getting their game completed.
Yeah, I think the one thing about Unreal Engine 5 that I don't like is the performance issues that engine obviously has. Every fucking game that I have ever seen that has released with Unreal Engine 5 has had a bad performance problem until it's eventually patched out. But even Silent Hill 2 Remake, Expedition 33 has some performance issues here and there. Nothing crazy, but it's there. It's there. And some developers do better than others. But the bad ones, it's really bad. And the good ones, it's only slightly bad. So
also, I've been seeing a remarkable, or I guess I've not been seeing what I was expecting to see, a remarkable amount of individuals when it comes to Oblivion talking about performance. This is a fucking Bethesda game. And I've seen a few people being like, yo, this shit's crashing. But in general, for a Bethesda game, this seems like it might be one of their best releases ever. You don't have fucking I was going to say cars stuck in the ceiling, but that'd be Fallout. The point is, it's actually working, which is wild.
Well, the precedent, hopefully my volume is better. I've had these issues since I got this microphone. But to me, the success of this game is the precedent it will set for Bethesda. Goodbye, Creation Engine. Okay, you're fucked now. I believe, personally, all future Bethesda projects will use the Unreal Engine 5. Now, I hope to be wrong, because I'm in favor of actual diversity in game engines. I mean, Capcom's a great example that Leon brought up. And to me, personally, I don't suffer, I wouldn't say suffer, but I don't have the nostalgia of Oblivion, because I never played Oblivion. The first Bethesda game I played was Fallout 3, and I didn't really like it. I was young.
Well, just keep in mind that Virtuals made this game, not Bethesda.
Yeah, they just.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, Virtuals is a studio that. Yeah, Virtuals is a studio that is known for a lot of remaster work. They've
so
remastered.
Bethesda just published it then.
Yeah. Obviously, it's their game, it's their name. But Virtuals made this game with help from Bethesda. But it's mainly just Virtuals.
Well, then that puts a completely different spin on it. That would explain why a different engine was used. This game was rebuilt. That's why I say remaster is more like a remake built from the ground up over a 3-year development cycle, which is very quick by Bethesda standards. So that explains a lot, Hypno. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and keep in mind, the next Elder Scrolls 6 is being used with the Creation Engine. It's not being used with Unreal Engine. So it's the same. It was the same
in other
engine.
words, I'm not playing it.
It was the same engine that was used for Starfield, basically.
Yeah.
I do want to say,
Fallout 4.
Yo, as much as we want to talk on Bethesda, and I understand why they made some mistakes and whatnot in the past, them giving, instead of shutting down Sky Oblivion and them giving all those dudes fucking review cop, that was a W move. Like, good guy Bethesda, that was awesome.
I also think it was just because they knew they fucked them a little bit. So.
Oh yeah,
correct.
That's really it.
Whatever. People writing their wrongs. I ain't gonna fucking bitch about No Man's Sky now. That's a badass game just because it had a shit release, and I'm one of those idiots that bought No Man's Sky on release. So
well done.
Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, at least there's goodwill between both, teams. So whatever.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's gonna have their takes on remakes and remasters and stuff like that. People know where I sit with mine, but I'm happy that people are happy. I'm glad to see that people are picking up games that are releasing like in this timeline, in this part of the timeline, and they're enjoying gaming because like it's been a fucking drought for the last decade or so. We just been getting L's and L's and some dubs and then L's and L's and more L's. And the last 2 years have been, or last year and a half rather, have been pretty fucking solid. Like Stellar
This is a very interesting question because
I appreciate it.
I think
cutting the black man off.
Sorry, I just wanted to make a point. I apologize to the black man. Ooh.
I'm so glad you're not right in front of me.
The camera follows him. That's hilarious.
But in all seriousness, here's a question for Hypno. Do you think the success of this Oblivion... I hate it when fucking animals interrupt me. Do you think the success of... I'm not talking about the black people. I'm talking about the dog.
Hurry up. Back to
but do you think that the success of this Oblivion Remaster using the Unreal Engine 5 will cause any kind of change for Elder Scrolls 6 away from, say, the Creation Engine 2 and incorporating elements of the Unreal Engine?
No, there's it's not. They're going to double down on their engine for I think in the long foreseeable future, and considering that, just to answer this question, it has been confirmed they are using Creation Engine 2.
Golly, man.
So the last one that used that was Starfield.
I don't think Starfield was a bad game because of the engine, though. Like, I won't lie, it just felt more like an updated version of what they'd already been using for things like Fallout 3 and Skyrim, which wasn't great to begin with, but it was just
there's a reason Starfield for like a quarter succeeded. It is the peak average game with lots of little things wrong with it, and it all adds up. So I think the fault, because it was Bethesda Game Studios' most stable release, in my view, mainly because they delayed the game, a mandated delay to get it to bloody work properly. But as a financially successful game, Starfield is a financially successful game. It's the most stable Bethesda Game Studio game ever released. And I think they'll double down on that with Elder Scrolls 6. The problem is, though, is it just going to be another average game with lots of little things wrong that all add up?
I never liked the Creation Engine. It was always just a terrible fucking optimized engine. They never got it to a point where it was considered a smooth running engine. And it didn't matter how many games they released on. It was always garbage. I mean, Fallout 76 uses the Creation Engine. Granted, not the second version of it. It's, they used the first Creation Engine for it, but Creation Engine 2 was used for Starfield, and that game also had a bunch of problems at release. So, I mean, I have no faith in Elder Scrolls 6. I never did. And not in terms of performance, you know what I mean? Obviously, the gameplay could be great, and the story... Yeah, it's going to sell. Of course it's going to fucking sell. People love Elder Scrolls. You want to know why? Because any issues with Elder Scrolls games will be fixed by the players and not the developers. So they know that. They don't care. And the developers are like, well, here's the baseline. You guys fix it from here. And people will do it. So
they have very high expectations at Bethesda. They have very high expectations for Elder Scrolls 6 in the first quarter to raise $1 billion. And to give you guys some context, Starfield throughout its first 4 quarters made $900 million. US dollars or around that figure. So they're expecting big things from Elder Scrolls 6. Will it live up to the hype? I hope so, but there you go.
I guess we'll see.
Before we go to Super Chats, will be the last thing I see because I saw a Rumble chat, and we do acknowledge Rumble here. We appreciate you guys watching on Rumble. Someone had said that while Bethesda as a whole has a lot of issues, they believe that Todd Howard is actually one of the last few creatives and devs that actually cares about making fun gaming experiences. You call me a dick rider all you want. I do agree with that. While Todd Howard is rough around the edges, I do think he actually still loves and cares about the craft of making games. And so, yeah, shout out Rumble. I agree with your comment.
Yeah, shout out 16 times the detail.
God,
I agree. The man fucking lied to people when presenting Fallout 76.
16 times.
I was literally going to say the same thing.
Exactly.
But, you know, Pete Hines don't give a fuck about that. Lore Master don't give a fuck about Bethesda. That man shows up for a paycheck and is just complaining with the fans.
And Fallout 76 was such a fucking disaster. Every time I think of that game, I just get immediately disappointed because I remember seeing the announcement with Todd on stage and him doing the 16 times the detail nonsense, and I was like, damn, that looks cool, man. The concept, yeah, like the concept just seems cool. Like the whole idea is like, I can't wait. And you know, but with me, they had lost me ages ago, so I was like, I'm gonna let the game come out, and I'm gonna wait a few months, and maybe I'll buy it if because I know things are gonna be ugly. But I didn't realize it was gonna be that ugly. That game was fucking broken for years.
I was a day one for 76, and I'm retarded for it. I literally I hated myself for being a day one for 70. I was a day one for 76 and not Starfield, No Man's Sky. I think it was like the same year, and it literally turned me off to gaming for a while, like just as a fucking whole aside from retro gaming. So I get it. That said, I like 76 now.
So disappointing.